Greetings, Warriors of the Ring. My name is Strider656, and I'm thrilled to welcome you back for yet another adventure through Middle-earth. In this series, I'll be playing random ladder matches on Discord and showing you War of the Ring games from my perspective by only viewing my cards and sharing with you my thoughts and in-game reactions while trying to keep the end result a mystery. The other player is well aware that I'm making a video, as I asked for permission before and after playing. Hope that you enjoy this video, and I encourage you to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Today's adventure features Slick Rick 441. Slick Rick 441 is newer to War of the Ring. He's played it for 2 years now. I wouldn't say he's new, but 2 years, I would say pretty new. But he made a really awesome video that I think everyone should check out at some point, where he actually recreates the War of the Ring game to match the film or book. And I think it's a really cool watch. So I encourage to give him a watch, and I'll leave a link of his video in the description of this video. So in this game, we're playing a random ladder match, and I'm playing as Shadow, as determined by die roll. So let's see what happens in this game, and I'll let you know my thoughts. So I start with Dreadful Spells and Musterings of a Long-Planned War, and the top effect is not that good. The bottom effect is, so I'll probably say that for combat. Dreadful Spells, let's see. Let's see what happens. I don't allocate an eye. I say no eyes, and I roll 2, and he rolls this. So I say options for you. And he starts right away by moving the Fellowship. I'm happy to see this because, I want to hit him. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's a hit. It's a fine hit. And I draw 3. And there goes Gandalf the Grey. Gandalf was trying to leave Rivendell, and he tripped. He probably fell down that little, that bridge that they cross over. He didn't make it over. So, Fellowship moves on. And Strider takes over. I say, bye, Gandalf. He says, works for me. I'm probably going to draw a strategy card here. And I draw into A New Power is Rising. I'm happy to see this early. One of the best early cards to draw. So, no point delaying Isengard and Saruman. So, Isengard goes down. He moves the elves down. And I do an army action. I do my typical Gorgoroth and then Farharad to Nirharad. And he moves the elves again. So I'm thinking maybe he's going to give me an early Witch King. I mean, I can't get him now, but now I bring Isengard. Isengard's already to war. Now I bring Saruman in, so I can play New Power is Rising later. And he moves Gondor down. And my last action is I'm going to start moving up towards Mirandon. Looks like Slick Rick's getting a little bit excited here as he decides to reclaim his dice early and draws his cards. But, we all get excited. I'd get excited, too, if I knew I was playing main and being recorded. Now I draw, and now he feels sorry. He says, oh, it's my bad back there. I say, it's fine. I wasn't attacking anyway. He says, Fellowship is okay. I draw into the King is Revealed. King is Revealed is a terrible card. But Relentless Assault isn't bad. Isildur's Bane would be nice if I can actually reveal him. Or if he decides to leave Rivendell. So I roll one additional eye. And he's going to start removing the Fellowship. My plan probably now is I can't really do a lot with... I can't bring Sauron to war. But I can move armies. But I'm contemplating possibly doing a Rohan attack here. Because he can't bring... Gandalf can't be brought in yet. So he moves the Fellowship anyway. Let's see what happens. Ooh, it's the same thing. It's a 5 and a 6. He's hit. And it's a 1. So I was hoping so bad. I was like, come on. I want to reveal him. So then he can hide that I can play Isildur's Bane on him and be a real pain in the neck. But, can't win everything. So, A New Power is Rising is formed in. And there they are. They're all in. He says, And he does the typical Rohan maneuvers. And now I'm thinking Dreadful Spells. I'm going to do Dreadful Spells here. But the only way to do that is bring all my Nazgul over so I can roll 4. I say, don't mind me as I telegraph my movements. He says, LMAO. So, yeah, now I've got all 4 Nazgul here. So, yeah, let's see what happens. So here comes Dreadful Spells. Let's see how the roll is. Drum roll. Yes, I say forwards with it. And I roll a 1, 2, 2, 3. So the Nazgul all gather together. This is what I'm imagining. They gather together. They're trying to do a spell, and somebody gets a word wrong, and this is the result. So I roll POS. So some Nazgul's got to be mad right now. I'd be mad because I am mad. So now I say, you know what? We're going to attack, and I attack into forwards. No card. He plays a card, and it's Shield Wall. And I get 2 hits, which is ideal for his shield wall. So it's only 1, and he gets 2 back. So I move them all out. And I just noticed this, but he moved his leadership this way. That way he can use this die to move them in. So that hurts. Maybe I should have played a desperate battle. But I didn't. Now I decide to move people around Rohan. Because I don't want him mustering. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking there. It doesn't matter. And now I move my guys up, and I decide to put Helm's Deep under siege, but only put 1 guy on there so that I can finish taking Rohan over. But I get worried, so I just put an elite there too. So moving to the next turn, I draw into Nazgul Search and Pits of Mordor. I don't know what he draws. Doesn't matter. And I roll 3 eyes, but at least I have some musters here. So I'm gonna use these 2, the muster and the hybrid, to bring the Witch King in. And he rolls this, so I'm not really worried about him mustering in Rohan. So I can take my time, it looks like, because he's gonna probably bring Gandalf in right away. He says, well, 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 and I say LOL. And there's Gandalf. Gandalf comes to Fangorn. I say GTFO. LOL. And now I'm going to move my guys to block Saruman from getting hit, because it's too soon for Saruman to die. And I take Edoras out. He passes again, and I finish my my Rohan play. So I'm feeling pretty good, and these are going to be the Witch King and Sauron going down. He moves the Fellowship. I'm hoping for a hit. Maybe. And to be really nice. You know, I got a 5-6 every turn so far. So, you know, bound to hit. And I hit! It's a 6. And it's a 3. I would rather see a reveal, but a 3 is nice. I say, at least I'm hunting. He chooses a random. And he draws Pippin. In the chat, I remind him, in case you're a War of the Ring player online, there are things called achievements, and I'm actually in charge of the achievements of who gets them. So I said, that's an achievement if you win. And the achievement's called, it's a dangerous business going out your door. It's if you get hit the first 3 moves, and then you win by a ring victory. And then I say, although I don't think I hit the last turn, because I'm a jackass. He said, I think you hit all 3. A 3, 1, and a 3. And I said, oh, okay, I did. I'm the one who verifies achievements, so you're good. And he says, nice. So now I'm going to bring Sauron down. He says, tricky. Let's see what he does here. Does he want to move again? Or does he want to play a card? He plays Phial of Galadriel. I bring the Witch King in, but I bring him in up here because my thoughts are I want to start moving this army up using this character action. If he was revealed or something happened, I'd consider playing Isildur's Bane or Nazgul Search. So Witch King comes in, and he moves the Fellowship, which I'm surprised about. So now I hit on 5s, and I'm like, oh, this is great. Come on. And I roll 2, 2, 4. Just missed. He says, nice. I move my guys up. So we go on to the next turn. This is turn 3? Turn 4. I draw into Shadow's Gather, which is fantastic. It's one of my favorite cards. Balrog's another great card that I like. And I can play Balrog to torture him. And I Chuck King is revealed because whoever crowns Strider or Aragorn. He says, good. I say, good? He says, thinking. And I'm curious. I'm like, what are you thinking of? And he says, declaring Fellowship or not. Which makes sense, because you can get him all the way to Dimral Dale and not worry about the Balrog, which I just drew into. I say, oh, okay. I was confused. So he decides to declare the Fellowship in Dimroll Dale. And it says Fellowship okay now. And I roll a lot of musters, and he rolls this. And I'm thinking I'm gonna put the Southrons and Easterlings all the way down for sure. And then we'll see what else I do. He says, he's probably gonna move the Fellowship to start. But then I see this interesting maneuver. Strider is going down. He can go 3, right? But he stops an Eastham net. So there's only one thing I'm thinking of. I'm thinking, what could he possibly have that would cause him to do this? It could be Dead Men of Dunharrow. It could be Theoden. The Riders of Theoden. So I suspect the Riders of Theoden is a thing. And now my action, I'm going to move that guy into Strider. Strider's like, don't mind me. And the orc's like, yeah, I'm going to mind you because I don't need your nonsense. And I say, did you play Theoden yet? And he says, no. My original plan, by the way, was I was going to actually play Shadow's Gather and go 1, 2, 3 and move him to the Druidane Forest so that I could do a surprise attack on Gondor. That's what I was thinking. But, you don't always get what you want. So it's a little different. And then instead of going up, I decided to go here because I want to get them on the Fellowship before he moves, potentially. Oh, he passes. So I bring the Southrons and Easterlings down. Passes again. And says, I can't do that. I said, can't do what? Muster? He says, pass. And I go, oh, well, you can kill the die if you'd like. I mean, I've seen it happen a few times in Ira's videos, but, I recommend it if you're playing it against me. I would love if you killed dice. He says, nah, and he's musters an elite elf in Woodland Realm. And now the Southrons and Eastlings are all the way to war. So I can play Shadows of a Long Plan of War if I want to. Which, I don't plan to. He moves Gondor to war. There goes my plan to attack Gondor. So now I'm thinking I'm just going to go north. I'm going to start by playing this. And I choose Dol Guldur and Mount Gundabad. And I choose Morannon just in case it's a military shenanigans. Because Moria is already pretty mustered up here. So the orcs decide to multiply. And then he plays Mithril Coat and Sting, which I'm happy to see because I'd love to see when it's outside of Mordor in case I draw into Nazgul's Strike. Because I can just take it out. Now I move my armies up. And then I'm thinking I should just gather with them. So I could kill 2 units, but I got, it is what it is. So I just say LOL, couldn't be more obvious. And he says, I wonder if Shadows will gather. And he brings another elite to Woodland Realm. And I play Shadows Gather to stop that turn. And now I'm all the way at the dew line. This is getting exciting, folks. So here we go. I draw into Phlox of Kerbane, which blows, and Denethor's Folly, which is not playable right now. But it has Devilry of Orthanc, which I could use on Helm's Deep to take it out. All right. I'd say Fellowship. He says Fellowship okay. I don't allocate any eyes as he didn't move. And I roll 1 eye, and he rolls this. He thinks. It's time to move the Fellowship again. And it's a 3. So now I'm going to play Nazgul's Search here because I can move my leadership around. Because they're all stuck in Helm's Deep right now. They're probably complaining about their dreadful spells not hitting. And they're probably embarrassed. But it's time to face the Wrath of the Witch King. So one's going to go on the Fellowship. Probably the guy who failed the spell. And everyone else is going to go visit the Witch King. And probably tell him about how bad the dreadful spells were. So he reveals down. And... oh, I didn't even notice before. Did you guys notice that he also separated Pippin? So, interesting. So, okay. So he used his ring to move Pippin here, probably so he can do Book of Mizarble, Fearfire Foes. And also so he can crown Aragorn here. Because I can't... if I had Day Without Dawn, this would be amazing. And this is really risky on his part. But I don't have it. So I decided to attack Iron Hills. With no card, he plays Scouts. Yep. And now he crowns Aragorn. And now I'm thinking, I wish I had that stupid The King is Revealed card, but I don't have it. So I attack Erebor. And my reason for it is I don't want to deal with them going to war, and I don't want to deal with them either. So I'm trying to stay as far away from them as possible. So I'm starting Erebor. Hoping he doesn't have Dane Ironfoot, though. And now he musters in Dol Amroth. And I attacked Erebot instead of Erebor, because I can spell. I'm probably going to play They Are Terrible here, hoping for some hits. And he plays Daylight. So I can only roll 3. Let's see what happens. I roll one hit on the reroll, and he gets 4 hits. So those dwarves were ready. They're like, it's probably that Nazgul, that one Nazgul that blew the spell is like, getting punished here. So yeah, he takes 4 out. He says, sorry about that, LMAO. I say, stop and draw. And I draw into Ring is Mine. I say it's fine. He passes, and I decide to play Musterings of a Long-Planned War. Now, I would never play this card, but I'm thinking it could be military stuff, because I've done so many military things in the past. I want to make sure I keep my options open for defense. So that's why I play it. I say I never play that crap card, but figured Aragorn looks scary. He says he wasted a perfectly fine desperate battle. Just kidding. And now I decide to muster in South Rune. Yep. Passes, and I play The Ring is Mine. And I notice that the dwarf didn't die, so he decides to finally take the casualty. And he does. He says, sorry, I say it's cool. And I decide to put Oliphant inside of Umbar. Not where it's supposed to be. Maybe the elephant is just camping out. I don't know what I'm thinking here. Maybe I'll figure it out at some point. I try to lure the ring and Shadow of the Misty Mountains. Happy to see shadows as I can do this Lorien attack, especially with my Balrog. This is great for me for draws. Lure the ring. It's there. Terrible is pretty good. We go into turn 6. He's got a lot of dice now. And now we're even. And look at that roll. Ooh, it's nice. But thankfully, I have a lot of eyes, and I have Isildur's Bane, which can slow him down. So I flips a Fellowship to start. I play Isildur's Bane right away to hopefully get a reveal. I get a reveal, but it's an eye. So I say, maybe you want to play the Mithril Coat here? That'd be nice. He said, nah, I'm good. So that's okay. So he moves the Fellowship again. I missed. And now I move my guys to West Arandor. I'm thinking 2 things. So I'm moving them up. So I'm hoping that he just thinks I'm going here to go in here. But what I'm really thinking is I want to take Aragorn out. And he musters in Pelargir, probably thinking that I'm going towards Dol Amroth. I'm not. So I attack his Gileath with no card. He thinks. And I luck out. I get 2 6s on this roll. And the Asgiliath guys, one guy hits one, and then the other guy doesn't. So I take 1. And now I say, run away. Brave, brave Sir Aragorn, run away. Let's see what he does. He says, thinking about it, potentially. But he plays through a day and a night. Let's see which way he goes. Now I'm like, oh, man. Someone is, I'm going hunting. So now it's hunting season for me. And I move my guys out of Helm's Deep. Not all of them. Just enough. And then I move my guys up from Osgiliath. And I say, LOL. Because now when I attack him, he can't run away. So I'm thinking he's probably going to move into Edoras here. And I'm thinking, or Dead Men. I say, Dead Men? And he attacks Eastamnet. I say, oh. Card. He's thinking. And he plays Sudden Strike against this guy. Probably because he doesn't want any hits back on him. I say, go for it. And he rolls nothing. So I have a chance to get a hit on him. And he gets hit on me. And I roll a 1. So he's dead. And now, here comes a moment, right? So Aragorn is an Eastamnet. That's where Strider was. And now it's revenge time. It's revenge for that single Isengard unit. And I'm going to attack. I'm going to use Onslaught on Eastamnet. That's my plan here. But I'm thinking he's probably going to play Scouts or something. And here comes Scouts, right? That's what I'm thinking. And it's advantageous position. So I just have to get 4 hits here. 6 is on the roll though. And I roll 1 6. And he gets 3 back. And I decided just to sacrifice everyone. And I roll a 4 4 6. Sorry, I was going too fast. So that was nuts. Crazy. Aragorn's dead. Doesn't happen often, but Onslaught finally worked. I say nice delay. He said, well, was it worth it? Who knows? And let's see what he does with his Will of the West. He musters in Minas Tirith, because I'm going to be a madman here. And I'm going to attack Minas Tirith because I don't care. Because as Shadow, I think it's your job to be reckless sometimes. Because that's what they would do, right? I say MT with a pathetic army. He does a field battle. Here we go. I have no cards that can help. I say no card. He says thinking. No card. I roll 1 3. He rolls 2 2. I press. He says stay. I say no card. He says no card. I roll 4 2. He rolls 3 1. I say, he says LOL. I was going to say that. I press. Then I do a big LOL. He says same. He says roll him. I get 1 hit. And he gets 2 hits. So it was getting funny, but that battle's over. He takes his 1. And they did their job. They're all dead, but they did their job. So I draw into Foul Thing from the deep. And Orcs multiplying again. Foul Thing is good so I can possibly delay. He gets rid of the Aragorn die. He says, this probably doesn't matter to you, but look what I drew. And I say, did you have riders? And he didn't. He had Dead Men of Dun Hero, which would have been great for him. But, oh well. I say, LOL, no way. So that does matter. Hilarious. Oh, man. How stupid. So Fellowship's okay. I allocate 9 because I have to. I roll no more. He has a very nice roll here. So he's probably going to be moving a lot. But he starts by mustering an elite, which I almost forgot about. So now I got to take care of that. So I do. Using the, and I say no actually because I was going to use the army, but then I realized I want to actually save that. So I attack fold, no card. He plays confusion, and I roll a 6 6 and a 1, so that means I take a hit to myself, and he gets the second hit. So I decide just to downgrade those guys so I can move 1 into fold to prevent the mustering from happening. I use a Fellowship here. I miss. And now I play Foul Thing from the deep, hoping for a stop. And I do get a stop. It's a 2 reveal. But he has Mithril Coat, so let's see what he chooses to do. He thinks about it and says, nah. And I draw Merry, and he puts him in Fangorn. So he decides to go chill out with Gandalf, who's just sitting there in Fangorn watching everyone die around him. So poor Aragorn was out in the field, and you know, Gandalf is just chilling in the woods. But, you know, what can you do? He flips the Fellowship using the Will of the West. And now I'm moving my troops closer. I pass. Or he passes, I don't. What am I doing now? And now I see something interesting here. So I'm thinking I want to bring these guys to Minas Tirith. But also, everyone's at war except for the north. So I'm thinking if I move into Carrick, then he moves them down 1. Then if I attack Dale, it moves them down 2. Then I can use this muster to bring the mouth in. Even though it's turn 7, he's not even at Mordor yet. So I can get 10 dice next turn. That's my plan now. So he decides to reinforce his Gileath a little bit. And I go forward with my plan of moving into the north and then getting some of those giant armies out of Mordor. So here comes my plan to fruition here. So I attack Dale. I'm probably going to play They Are Terrible. So I get a hit. But I'm getting 2 6s anyway. So it would have been 3 hits. He plays no card, and he gets nothing back. So I move 1 guy in so I can move the north all the way to war. So I've successfully taken out the Dew line potential. I know that Woodland Realm is still open. I get it. But this is important. And I draw into Candles of Corpses. He passes, and I play Candles of Corpses. It's open for 3 hits, so that's normal. Let's see what the Candles rolls. Only 1 hit. 2, 3, and a 5. Okay. And now he moves his corruption up because he has to. And I remember to move my victory points up because I forgot to. He does a character card, and I bring the mouth in. So here's the mouth. The mouth is in. The fellowship is in Western Emyn Muil, 3 steps away. I'm doing really well. I say, there he is. And I draw into the breaking of the fellowship, but I don't. Oh, I do draw into it. Then he undid the action for me, so I'd redraw into Worm Tongue and Shadow Lengthens. It is what it is. I mean, I could complain and be like, I want to get the card I got back before, if that's okay with you, but I didn't. Worm Tongue sucks. I say I drew a better card before. Oh, well. I'm thinking I'm going to use Shadow's Gather to bring these guys up here and take out the dwarfs. And then I'll use the other one, probably attack here and then bring these guys towards Minas Tirith. So we're going to turn 8. Fellowship, okay. I roll additional eye. He starts by moving the Fellowship, I'm sure. Oh, no, he doesn't. He musters into Minas Tirith. Makes sense. I bring a Star in Elite so that I can deal with the battle in Minas Tirith soon. And I use the Fellowship. I miss. And now I attack as Gileath with the 5 army with no card. And I get no hits and he gets 2 back. And now I realize the stupidity of my ways. So I literally push those guys. And now look at that stack in Minas Tirith. And then look at it again here when he probably musters. He says, now it's full again. Come on, LOL. He says, you could have done it sooner. I said, yeah, it's fine. He said, Aragorn, too important. I said, yeah, he is. Oh, he doesn't. Well, I wouldn't attack with that army anyway. So he moves the Fellowship to 2. And I find 2 6s here. So I'm thrilled to see this. I get a 0 reveal perfect. So he can't make it into Mordor here. But he could Mithril Code it. I say important choice here. He says, dang. And he decides to take it. He says, nope. And now it's time to lengthen, I think. So I bring those guys to Gileath. And then I bring those guys to Minas Tirith. And he has a full group in Minas Tirith again. Great. Now I attack Minas Tirith. He goes under siege. Yeah. So Minas Tirith was literally empty. Then they decided to muster up again. What happens? Stupid play by my part. There was like 1 elite at one point there. All right, let's see what I do. Erebor. So I'm probably gonna play Faust Senchir. Oh, I should have a strategy card. Onslaught? Maybe Onslaught. And he plays Fearfire Foes. And I roll 2 6s, which is 1 hit, and he gets 1 hit back. And now because I'm Onslaught happy, I decide it's time to Onslaught. So I decide to Onslaught, I think 4, then I choose 3. And good thing I did because none of them hit. And I say a choice word. He says deadly. But my force is still pretty good, so I'm going to press and draw here and see what happens. I draw into Day Without Dawn, Relentless Assault. I decide no card. And he does no card. And I re-roll 3 hits. So the Dreadful Spells in Nazgul are finally doing better. They probably had a powwow. And they're probably happy now. Alright, so 3 hits. And he gets none. So I'm going to press on that 1 dwarf. No card, and I get my hit. So I'm at 4 victory points. Doing pretty good. Feeling good. And I decided to move this way out of Erebor so that he can't do any shenanigans to go back into Erebor. And what's the second action I do? What did I do? 3 Isengard from Moria to Dimworld. Oh, I brought them out here. Okay. And now I decide to flip the mouth and attack Woodland Realm. So move them down. He thinks. Draws a character card. I'm going to use a ring here to get Lorien under siege so we can't muster. So I do. And if he didn't do that, I'd play Balrog, just so you know. And hope to kill him off. That'd be nice. All right, we go into turn 8. I draw into Threats and Promises and Morgul Wound. Morgul Wound. I could use it for corruption, but I'm doing pretty fine military-wise. And he's moving pretty slow. All right, allocate Knight because I have to. Then I roll this. He gets a lot of movement. Let's see what I do. Well, he's going to move first. He starts behind the Fellowship. I think, and I think I could play Day Without Dawn here, but there's not. I don't think it's enough. I'm not going to get enough for it. So I say time to be brave or stupid. So I think my thought is no one ever attacks with a stack of 5, right? But I have the Balrog. So I'm going to see if the Balrog wants to come to play today. I said time to be brave or stupid. He says, why not both? And I attack Lorien with the Balrog. Let's see what happens. He does no card. Here we go. Balrog. Let's see what he does today. He gets 1. Better than normal. So he did a little side claw. And then I roll 1 more hit. And I re-roll no more. So he gets 1. I get 1. If I play Confusion, he would almost kill everyone off for sure there. All right. So I see he's shortened his elites. So now I'm thinking I'm going to switch targets coming up and go after Woodland Realm. He moves the Fellowship. I miss. But I'm happy about that because I want him to think I might have Cruel Weather. I mean, I don't have it, but I want him to think that. And I decided to move my guys up because I need to reinforce. He passes again. And I decided to put them in Woodland Realm. And just in case I need these guys, I'm going to move them this way towards Lorien. If not, I can always go down straight into Rohan to help. That's my thought. He thinks, and he plays Horn of Gondor. I attack Woodland Realm by flipping the mouths. Isn't it nice to have a mouth early? Because with the early mouth, I can do this with these useless musters. So I'm probably going to play Wormtongue here. And he plays Aomer. Let's see what happens. I get nothing. I got 1. I got 1. That's not awful. And he gets 2 with Valor. I decided to press and draw. That's brave. I tried to Ring Razor Abroad. I do no card. So I need a lot of hits here. So I got 1. 1 only. And he gets 3 back. Painful. Ooh. All right, so here we go. So he passes. Let's see, what am I thinking now? As I look, I might play Ring Razor Abroad. Am I going to be brave and attack Lorien? That's a crazy idea, but I could always try it because he can't kill me. So I'm thinking of probably doing the crazy move here. Yes, I do. Here comes another wild, stupid play. Then I say, no, not worth it. Let me think again. And I do it. And I even bring the Witch King in. This is dangerous. The Witch King doesn't have to be there. So I played Devilry of Orthanc. Look at that. I got 4 5s. It couldn't go any better than that. That's textbook. He says nice and gets 2 hits back. So they're dead. Did I draw a card? I drew into Olagai. That's good, because that can help out in Woodland Realm. I say, how are those forces doing? He says, better days. Because I noticed that he's mustering up in Gondor here. He's got this crazy force here, but they're pretty far away from helping. And I decide to bring in muster up in Orthanc, and he was a Fellowship again to be careful, even though he doesn't need to. And I roll a hit and get into a reveal. This is great news for me. And I say coat, horn, and he uses the coat and draws a 2, which is actually better. So it's a good use of the coat. And we both agree that that's better. I say lucky dog, because he gets to keep his horn. He was Gimli to guide. And now I play Olagai up in the Woodland Realm. And we move on to turn 10. All right. I get monsters roused and Grand is drawn. He's in Mordor. Let's see what the hunt pool looks like. We'll find out here. Let's look at the hunt pool. It's not bad. It's pretty good for him. There's a lot of corruption potential. He's not going to be moving quick because I'm probably going to win sooner. That's my hope, at least. I'm like, I gotta move because I just need 5 more points. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I'm thinking. I allocate 9. I roll 1 more, And he rolls basically all musters. And he says, dang. I say, that roll sucks. He plays Smeagol to start. What do I do? Oh, 1, 2. I didn't even see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what I'm thinking. So that's my one movement of my leadership. That's why I separated the way I did. I was a fellowship, and I draw an eye, which is a 2 reveal, so he just takes Gimli for 0 corruption. Now I play Grond, because he's only got 3 guys in there. This is kind of a dangerous play. Could be a Pooh Daddy result. And I play Desperate Battle to start. And I get 4 right off the bat. So he only has 1 left after that. And he gets 3 back. Now I'm going to no card all the way. I get a Deadly Strife, no card, and I get my hit. And he gets a hit. So Dale is... Do line is done. That was efficient. Now I got to pivot leadership down below. And I think I drew into a Deadly Strife, which is really helpful. So he brings a guy into Pelargir. It looks like. Oh no, he mustered in here. I don't know. He's worried about them. So I decided to play Denethor's Folly. And he says nice, and now he gives me a ring to get rid of it. And now with the ring, what do I do anything? I think, and I decide to attack Minas Tirith, and then I change my mind and say, hold on, I want the Witch King there. So I move the Witch King there, using a ring and all my leadership. He passes, and I move that guy into Druidane Forest. And the guys to do is Gilead, so that I have a full stack in case this battle goes badly. But now I attack Minas Tirith. I'm probably going to open with a Relentless Assault and then Deadly Start to finish it off. That's what I'm thinking. He does no card. So I'm going to take 2. And I get 3 on the initial roll and none on the reroll. And he takes 2 total. So I decide to stop and draw. Then I think about it. Because the way he took casualties, it's suspicious. Well, I mean, we'll look at that anyway. But I'm thinking he has room in case he has guards of the Citadel. So I decide to press. And he had some confusion here. Now I'm going to play a Deadly Strife here. And I get 4 hits. And that's it. That's game. And I was curious what he had for cards. So let's look at his cards real quick. He had Riders of Theoden. And he had guards. So that was huge. So anyway, that was the game. That was the battle of our time. And it seemed pretty one-sided. But like I said, I'm going to post all the videos that I do. All the videos, well, all the games I do where I ask for random people for a game. So I want to shout out to Slick Rick for being an awesome contender here. I had a blast playing with him. We were fun to talk to in the chat. I want to also let you all know that this is my second time recording this. Because the first time I recorded, the mic was muted. So thank you all so much for watching. Let's check the stats out. And then I'll give some final thoughts on the game. So my stats were this. Let me actually turn the statistics on. There we go. I was pretty lucky. I was 3 on 6s, +3, and +1 on 5s. And his rolls are pretty good too. So overall, pretty balanced game. So that's the way that it goes sometimes. But anyway, thank you all for watching. My final thoughts of this game are sometimes it's worth going after Aragorn. I was lucky that I did and got him. So 6 dice can be scary. So anyway, that's the game. Thank you all for watching. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.